Okay, so another video here. Today we have the Traxxas slash brushless. This is a VXL, two-wheel drive. This is going to be, it's actually be 2 years of me owning this. So, these are going to be what my thoughts are after 2 years of ownership of this. Let's get into it. So after 2 years or so of owning this, I've noticed a few things about this. One, the transmitter really isn't that bad, honestly. I've seen a lot of people online talking shit about these transmitters. Oh my god, they're so bad. They're this and that. No, they're really not. Honestly, they just work. Sure, they're basic. Sure, they don't have a bunch of different channels and features and all this. It just works. It's simple and it works. That's kind of what matters in a way. So, the transmitter, not too bad. It is the TQI model. It is compatible with the Bluetooth module you can put in the back. Turn it around here. As you can see, it is not included, but you can buy it separately and put it in if you want. Transmitter, like I said, it just works. It's whatever. Next up, we have the actual slash itself. So, let's start with the body, shall we? As you will notice, it is body clips. There is no clipless mounting system here. The body itself, at one time it did look nice. Trust me, it did. But those times have come and went. And as you can see, it's got plenty of battle scars around the sides. It's got some wear there. It's even got a couple holes in it there. Got a hole there, you got a hole there. There was, yep, broken here. Broken here. This body has definitely seen some abuse and a lot of scraping down the road, which I will touch on in a minute. So yeah, body comes off. Let's look at the inside, shall we? First things first, these two front tires are actually the original front tires that came with it. Now you may be saying, how the hell are these the original tires? Well, very simple. It's two-wheel drive. So these front wheels really don't get that much abuse in terms of wear. You know, burnouts, all that stuff. These don't see much abuse because they're just steering. They don't have any drive. As you can see, it's just free turning, no dry shaft. Motor's back there. So yeah, the front tires definitely get a lot less abuse. These are the originals. These are the third set of tires that have went on this car since I got it. These are actually a different type of tread, as you may have seen. I kind of like the other set better, but this is just what I bought because that's all they had in stock at the time. But anyways, you may have noticed the front shocks are actually different. Now, these front shocks are actually... Ooh, what are they? Hold on. Let me look. Don't tell me. Pretty sure these are the GTR shocks. Oh, gimbal's freaking out. Anyways, these are, I believe they're GTR shocks. I'm probably wrong, but either way, they are upgraded shocks. As you can see, they have the metal. I'm pretty sure he's a metal, right? I don't know. Either way, they're upgraded. They're a lot smoother. They do squeak a little bit. That's weird. Anyways, they are upgraded from the original plastic shocks. They have upgraded shock shafts. They are smoother. They are just better in every way, basically, than the stock plastic ones. The reason why I replaced them was because the two front shocks actually started to leak oil all over. I didn't feel like rebuilding them, so I just bought a whole new set. So 2 new front shocks. This is the second or third servo. The first servo was plastic, go figure. That broke. So, actually, no, this is the second servo. The first servo was plastic, which, go figure, that's what all the Traxxas vehicles come with, because I guess they can't afford a few extra dollars to put in a metal gear. Either way, we got Metal Gear Servo. This is the replacement. Again, Traxxas being Traxxas, they're not fast, they're not powerful, they just work. Over here, same story, as I said, different shock replacement. Still the original bearings, original tires, original arms, original toe, steering links, all that crap. Nothing's been really done in the front. The Slash, in my opinion, the Traxxas Slash is one of the most, if not the most durable RC cars I've ever used. They just don't break. Probably particularly the two-wheel drive because, well, they weigh nothing. They literally weigh nothing because it's all plastic for the most part. Especially in the front, it is very, very light in the front, which I will touch on in a minute why that's an issue. We got a rather large battery tray, which I could fit up to a 3S, a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, when I trim the foam down here to make it fit. We have the waterproof, obviously, receiver box, all that crap. VXL 3S. What is happening? Hello, gimbal? Hello? Come on, come home, come on. There we go. Anyways, the VXL 3S system in there. It's pretty standard for these lower end RCs. The one step above the brushed and BL2S systems, but not the 6S or 8S. This is kind of just in the middle. Coming around to the back, we have the speed controller, as I just mentioned. We have the motor here, which is different from the four-wheel because it's only two-wheel. You don't need the center dry shaft, so the motor's back here. Upgraded dry shafts because the original ones suck. I broke at least 4 of the original plastic ones because I had 2 spares. Chucked them in and they just blew up. So I put in these metal ones, which are a million times better because they haven't broke yet. Original shocks, these rear shocks, albeit they feel like they're smooth, but definitely not as smooth as the front ones, per se. These are the stock plastic ones, so, to be expected. They still work, they don't leak, so no point in replacing them. The one issue I have with this car, the motor, because of how it's sitting in there, you can't exactly get a heat sink and a fan on that motor. I mean, you could go aftermarket, but the heat sink contact with the motor is just, it's so small, it's really not going to do much, honestly. So I don't even bother. But running this on 2S is perfectly doable. You can do it all day. Unless it's really hot, it's never going to overheat. 3S, it gets hot pretty quick. So if you run 3S in this car, I'd highly recommend keeping an eye on the motor temps. Wow, I'm really having a bad speech day. Anyways, definitely want to keep an eye on those motor temperatures if you run this on 3S, because you can't exactly put a heat sink, and if you do put a heat sink, it's a pretty minuscule one at best. Yeah, keep that in mind. Body posts, I've had no issues with. They're flexible, so they don't really break that easy. Here's one thing I have an issue with. Back here, right, I think it's this one. It's one of these two, the little plastic part. Sometimes it'll pop off, like this part right here. Like this can just kind of move. I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see it moving a little bit. That kind of likes to pop off, so you get a whole bunch of grass and crap stuck in there, which definitely is not supposed to happen, but it does. That's really the only issues I've had with this car. And you see it's very basic. You got your servo there. There's no four-wheel drive here, so there's a very basic layout and system here. So yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot else to say about this because I've really not had any issues with this car besides, the servo and the shocks, and that's really about it, honestly. This car is one of the most, if not the most durable RC I've ever owned and driven. The Traxxas slash concept slash platform, I guess, slash, get it? Traxxas slash, anyways. This platform, in my opinion, is probably one of the most durable RC platforms out there. Granted, I only have Traxxas RCs, so I can't really say much, but from what I've heard and what I've seen, the Slash is one of the best out there, and I can definitely confirm that based on my experience with this. So I'm gonna leave it here. If you really want one of these, definitely not a bad idea. Definitely not a bad idea. It is not too expensive if you go for the lower end BL2S electrics combo system, whatever you want to call it. Definitely worth your money, honestly, this car. So yeah, with that being said, this is the end of the video. So if you've enjoyed it, and if you're still watching, do me a favor, thumbs up if you liked the video, comment if you have anything to ask me or any questions, concerns, ideas, suggestions, or just anything about anything really. Feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, please, and share it, please. I could definitely do with the extra subscribers and views, you know. It's just, you know. Anyways, until next time, I will see you then, I guess. This is one last look here. And it. What the? Oh my God, his body's breaking the more I touch it. You know what? Let's leave that off before I completely butcher the body. Anyways, that's it.